Alright, this is Ubaid on behalf of V-Electronics, and in this video we're going to talk about lenders of last resort. Okay, so this is lenders of last resort. Okay, and just as we might have come across private lenders who lend you money when banks deny you mortgage. The commercial banks, they have a private lender of their own. And this private lender is a central bank or the Federal Reserve. Okay, so during a financial panic, what ends up happening is the interest rates climb. Okay, GDP shrinks. Okay, people stop borrowing money, which means the banks are not making as much profit as they would like. Okay, they're not making profit off mortgages, they're not making profit off loans, so on and so forth. Okay, which means when they have to return their cash flow, when they have to return money deposited by depositors, okay, they come short. They often come short and they default, as a result of which there is a bank run. Okay, when depositors feel that the bank is going to go bankrupt anytime soon, they try to withdraw their money. Okay, as a result of which, the banks, they come short of their reserves, they come short of cash to lend. Okay, eventually they fail. Now, to stop this from happening, you have the Federal Reserve or the central bank that kicks in a country. And the way they do this is by buying treasury bonds, for example, from the commercial banks. When they buy treasury bonds from commercial banks, they pump their money supply up. Okay, they increase their money supply, they pump money into the banks and eventually into the system, into the economic system, because banks lend out money and that money flows throughout the system. All right. During a financial panic, okay, you do have a reduction in the volume of loans being offered by the banks, as well as insurance products, amongst other financial products. However, when these central banks kick in, okay, this changes. Okay, because when central banks, they increase the money supply, okay, the spending goes up again, the GDP grows, banks are able to lend money, okay, their reserves grow, okay, as a result of which, okay, what's going to end up happening is the economy will start growing again. Okay, this is the reason why the central bank is also called the lender of last resort. Okay, they stabilize a destabilized system. Okay, what they do is they stabilize the economic system to make sure the cash flow is flowing in and out of banks. Okay, and the banks have enough money to lend, and people are spending money, as a result of which the GDP is growing. Okay, so this has to do with adding liquidity. Okay, now they also stop deleveraging. Okay, because obviously when lenders lose money as a result of deleveraging, okay, when there is a bear market, for example, just like you would lose money in stocks, okay, during a bear market, okay, the more money you invest, the more money you lose. Likewise, the more money banks invest, okay, in terms of mortgages and loans, the more money they lose. Okay, so when it comes to deleveraging, okay, whether you're an individual investor, whether you're a bank, as long as you're a lender, okay, what's going to end up happening is, okay, you're going to get your investments reduce, okay, as a result of which these central banks, when they kick in, okay, they solve this situation, they solve the problem, okay, because they increase the money supply. All right, so that will be it for this video. On behalf of V-Electronics, this is Ubaid. Have yourself a great day.